A Spanish guerrilla army deployed way in front in Fuentes de Oñoro, making a stand. Look at that. What is up, Kingston? Welcome back to the battlefield. Today, I have a special treat for you guys. This battle right here. This is me. This is me. That's right. I was playing in a battle. That's right. I actually play this game. No, I'm just kidding. Not kidding about playing. I do play. But, no, I was playing in a clan v clan battle. Got recruited. I was given a 5-pointer guerrilla army and told I had one mission. Hold Fuentes. Hold it with my life. So, that's what I'm doing. I have a lot of guerrilla deployment. I had everything up here. Of course, I spawned right here. Very close. And then my allies, like I said, I'm playing the 5-pointer. We have another 5-point Graham, an 8-point Beresford, and a 11-point Rellington. Now, going up against us are the IZ clan, taking the French. I don't honestly remember all of them. I don't know if they brought Massena. I know they have, oh man, they have Joseph Bonaparte. They have, I'm totally blanking on all the other ones. But yeah, buckle up, guys. This was a crazy ride, a crazy battle. And there was some really good plays and some almost good plays. And I'm talking about myself, of course. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. So I was deployed up here. I put some stakes down. This is one of the few passable areas for the French. However, we started seeing a lot of focus on the French over here on the UK right flank. Now, this 11-pointer is bringing a lot of infantry, but he has some of the best cavalry you can bring. KGL. You got the German, King's German Legion 1st Hussars, as well as the Light Dragoons, the Emperor's own, the Chambermaids. Now I know there is some Dragoons as well. Look at this. We have the Old Canaries, Dragoon Guards, the Pages of Regular Horse, C4s. These Cav guys, all the UK Cav, just super, super good. We don't have a whole lot of it. Now I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here. We have artillery already firing. The French brought 11 guns. That's right, they brought 11 guns. I think we have maybe 6. I didn't bring any. I think there is, like I said, maybe 6 guns, maybe 4. I think this is like the majority of our guns right here. That's 4 guns right there. We didn't bring a lot of artillery, and we don't have a lot of cav. They had a lot of cavalry as well. Yeah, we only have 4 guns. So in some ways, and also we were down about, it's about 2,700 men. We are outnumbered by 2,700. That is almost, I believe, an entire army, because Wellington is bringing about 2,100. The 8-pointer is bringing about 1,243. The 5-pointer is bringing about 1,243, and the 8-pointer was bringing 1,669, and I am bringing, as Spain, 990. On the other side, you have a French army with 2,134, another one with 2,792, another with 2,021, and another one with 1,724. That's right. You can see now, just a little bit, that, okay, yeah, we definitely have an outnumber. However, we have some good quality troops. They just have a lot of mass, but some good troops along with that. You can see they're starting to mobilize just a little bit here. I mean, of course, the Joseph Bonaparte, man, I can't talk. He does have a lot of Spanish troops, like I said, not the greatest quality. So they have a lot more quantity, and I think we'd say we have a lot more quality. Their cavalry, I can't remember exactly how much. We have some skirmishers on this wall here. I mean, they're just chipping away already. Oh, yeah, the 95th Rifles. But yeah, they're picking away at some of this cavalry is now running away. Like I said, I am just hiding in the town, guys. The one thing I was told to do was hold Fuentes. And that's what I'm going to endeavor to do. Hiding my troops behind buildings, trying to stay away from buildings. Artillery is going to start trying to, pepper me down. The general movement, though, the general motion of the armies of Beresford and Wellington is here on this right flank. You have tons of infantry poised and ready to advance here. You see the French have taken the tree line, so it's going to be a bit of a fight to push up to this position. But they are starting to cycle more troops to this right flank. We have the skirmishers pushing up, infantry as well rolling down this side. we are not going to have the luxury of using artillery and sitting back and just pounding the position. We have to hit them. Obviously, we still need a reinforcing army pushing up here. Now, my ally, Sharpie, he was not going to let his guys just die to artillery fire. So he is in a reinforced, secure area that's kind of sheltered. Because, I mean, he has like the tow rows. He has the Royal Irish. I mean, he has a lot of good troops that are in reserve, but they're a little bit further back. And you can see the French have not really actually made a push yet. We have Cav probably scouting them. It's very obvious. Okay, these guys are seen, so the artillery knows. But yeah, no movement yet. In fact, they seem to be shifting even more artillery. Look at this, even more guns. As if the French didn't already have enough. Is this 5? Oh, this is 5 guns total going up on this hill. And I didn't bring any artillery because I was supposed to hold the town. If you hold Fuentes, at least part of it, so that the French can't really push through, that helps a ton. It really does. Which is why I was told to hold it. And you don't hold this area. That's madness. You'll die here. And this is just, you know, stuff that I've learned from playing this game. You gotta hold around this area, so when this LOC gets charged, you can countercharge, you can shoot them as they're pushing up. We'll see how well I do. You know, I have a bunch of units, but I do have 2 Grenadiers. Some very good Grenadiers. These guys really have some of the best stats in my whole army. Although, actually, this army wasn't bad at all. It really actually was quite enjoyable. Now, we do have the artillery setting up here. Starting to blast away at some cavalry, potentially. Some infantry. You're starting to see a lot more French lines making their appearance here as the skirmishers start pushing up. Starting out this fight. And honestly, I have seen a little bit what happens here, but boy, it looked like pure chaos over here throughout the entire battle. Let me tell you, it was utter chaos. So buckle up. You're in for a wild ride. Let's see if I can catch everything that happens on both flanks, because stuff just goes off. And I do love being able to, you know, be in a battle and know, like, okay, this was a close one. Like, man, it was down to the wire. Like, we were not, I was not sure about the viability of winning. And this runs the whole time, so, you know, get comfortable. Just saying, now's the time to pause the video, get your coffee or drink or food or whatever, because you are in for an hour of entertainment. That's right, a total hour. Because it comes down to an hour. It comes down to that last little bit. Alright, we got some skirmishers pushing up, got line infantry back in reserve. Look at these guys. I like these helmets better than this little cover. I know this is probably just a cover for the helmet, but man, look at this. Look at those helmets. Nice little plume or whatever that's called. Westphalians. Alright, so the Westphalians here on this flank. We do have some French troops that were pushing up here. Looks like some light infantry. Yeah, light infantry, I'm pretty sure. You do see a little bit of some skirmishers pushing up. I was just trying to hide away from them. So I'm just trying to stay away from them being able to shoot me, because they start dropping 1 or 2 troops at a time. I don't want them killing troops for free, you know, but I couldn't push out to deal with those skirms. We are not sure yet where they're going to attack. I don't know. Like, are they going to push in and attack Fuentes? Are they going to push up here on the left side and take on this fight? You know, who knows? But we do have a general push here by Wellington. He's pushing up. He has a reserve line, the first 3 units pushing up. Look how awesome that looks. The King's German Legion, 2nd foot. A 7th foot. Oh, wow, this is a King's German Legion. Like a contingent. And the French are ready for them. And we'll see if this starts heating up a little bit, because we definitely have the commitment now. We still have 8-point Beresford in the center here. Like I said, we were still waiting to hear, you know, what they were going to do. What were they going to actually start? Were they going to push on one side, push in the center, push the right flank? We have, ooh, some lines here. And I'm stacking out to meet them. Don't know how smart this is actually of me to do. Probably shouldn't. waste, you know, I probably have better stats than this large chunky unit, but still. I don't know. Maybe pulling back in the town. Yeah, I got artillery smack into me. This may be a wise idea to fall back away. The French have such a beautiful angle on me. I don't need to take this fight. I shouldn't be taking this fight. I should be trying to fall back because look at this, more and more French troops now pushing across the river. So we're starting to maybe get a general advance here, and he may have to get reinforcements from the 5-pointer. Over on this side, it does look like both sides are still forming up, still not ready to make a commitment here on the advance. We have some Portuguese units. Low-key, maybe MVPs of this match without giving spoilers away. Oh, we do have the 8-pointer advancing. Beresford is pushing into this kind of network of fences. I was starting to get concerned here, I'm not gonna lie. I saw a lot of troops pushing up here. I was like, oh no, here goes the melee. But then I fell back and made it more difficult. Ooh, that's a light infantry. That's a big light infantry unit. Good grief. Oh yeah, you can barely see. Like, the buildings are so tricky. It is so tricky for them to, like, get a shot of. You can see barely anyone shooting. This artillery is still trying to hit us. Trying to keep my units behind the building still. It does look like the French actually may be attacking here. Wellington falling back across the river. Got that large skirm unit still setting up, getting ready to pour in some shots. This is still like a skirmish, you know, fight. Beautiful countryside, though. Rather beautiful. You can see the buildings in the... Look at that. You can see the building. This nice little church here. You can see the UK lines just strung out. Oh, it's so gorgeous. The artillery firing. Guys, this battle... This looks so awesome. This looks so awesome. Look at this UK line all the way across. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You know, my computer's like, yeah, no, you can't do this. This is not loud. You're gonna break the computer. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Oh, that is so cool. Alright. Let's get back to the action here. Although no action is happening yet. Although, like I said, things may be starting to heat up here. The French start pushing forward, a lot more cavalry. Like I said, Wellington did fall back a little bit just to try to hold this line. France obviously seems pretty serious about this push at this point. They're pushing forward more West. I think it's the Westphalians. I'm pretty sure the white uniform. It's a very Westphalian looking uniform. Imagine trying to keep the white uniforms clean in a campaign. How, like, almost impossible that would be. They would just get dirty so fast, get all dusty. You turn into, like, tan uniforms instead of white uniforms. Alright, still nothing happening. Man, I thought things would happen way sooner. Not gonna lie, I thought things were gonna happen way sooner. Still, this looks amazing. It looks so good. I may have to come back and get some screenshots. Artillery still focusing him down. Man, nothing was happening for that long. Alright, I'm gonna hit the fast forward button just a little bit here. I thought things were started up. Maybe, you know, I guess when you're in a battle, time perception is not what it really is. Yeah. Time perception, I think things happen a lot faster. You know, your mind's going a mile a minute trying to, like, figure out, like, placement of troops and all this other stuff. I didn't realize, I honestly didn't know Wellington fell back across the river. I did not realize this actually happened, that this right flank shifted. Shows how much I was paying attention, you know? Well, I mean, it's kind of that thing where it's like me and Sharpie were communicating for a little while, and then Heinze and Mapbob were communicating for majority of the battle, and it was just kind of that thing where, you know, I had no reason to communicate with either of these forces. I was communicating with him, but he was next to these to him, so he's communicating with him, and then a little bit with him. You know, it's just like, it's interesting how the chain of communication. Maybe still have just skirmishers pushing up. Nothing really. Oh, we do have artillery setting up as well, and it does look like we still have a French push going on here. Like I said, a lot of artillery, though, looking to try to hammer down this LOC in this town. And we may actually have a French push. Wow, they're pushing across the river? Are they pushing across the river? It's hard to tell. Yeah, they got skirmishers pushing up. Once it starts going, guys, once the general engagement starts, I'm not gonna have to fuss for it anymore, because it doesn't ever stop. But it's like Wellington actually, you can see shifting over more infantry, maybe going for a right flank action potentially. That could be what they're doing. We do have artillery setting up here. Oh, 12-pounders. What? Oh, they're going for the guns. Artillery is trying to knock out this 12-pounder. Can they knock him out before they get a chance to set up? A one well-placed shot is all it's going to take. Come on, take him out. Take him out. Oh, they got one. They got one. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. However, they may not break yet. Yeah, they got some good morale. They're not going to break. Maybe another hit here. But you see the French have definitely shifted more on this left flank now. Pressuring ever. Like, they're just going for this flank. You see Wellington still shifting over even more and more reserves. To that flank, we have Beresford potentially shifting over reinforcements. Oh, look at that. Got a nice little reserve line ready to go, poised almost in like an assault column, like an attack column. Something the French did a lot was stacking up their units. And yep, there we go. The general order has been given. It looks like they're going to take up this left flank as Wellington takes on the right side. At the same time, we also have a French advance. That is right. France is going straight in for Fuentes. Ooh, they have some Swiss. You know how I feel about the Swiss. I feel like I should make that into a shirt. You know how I feel about the Swiss. With like a picture of a Swiss man. Or Swiss grenadier or infantry. But yeah, they're sending in some grenadiers. The Swiss grenadiers going in. I'm going to try to hold here. This is going to be a little bit rough. I can start pushing forward my grenadiers, but things are happening all at once. We have a left flank pushing forward. Not looking too encouraging. As now they are starting to go in for the house. And they're pushing up on the right flank as well. Now, I don't have a lot of targeting versus the French. These guys aren't even shooting. Here we go. I do send in, I believe, a grenadier unit. But yeah, they're pushing up quite hard here. Oh man, going straight in. These are not looking too good, guys. Grenadier versus the Spanish infantry. Yeah, not looking too good, but I'm going to push up my grenadiers. Try to go in for another melee. We have this line trying to fire against the French. It's turning into a very vicious fight. However, I am probably not going to win this. I will not win this fight. It's against the French. You know, they have some really good... I even sent in more... Yeah, I lost the building, unfortunately. I sent in more troops, but at this point, I was told, you know, hey, maybe start falling back. You don't have to take this whole engagement. Still nothing happening over here yet. So I'm gonna have a grenadier sacrifice themselves. I do have a counterattack happening with Graham. Ooh, the artillery trying to focus down. But you see the French actually are falling back. They have taken the town, so they're probably feeling pretty good. I'm calling a general retreat. Graham's pushing even more troops here in these kind of roadways. Build up some Portuguese. We still have this small little slope, this hill, still shooting at the French. I broke in one of the French, so it's kind of like we traded. I mean, I'm going to lose another grenadier, but now I'm falling back even more. I don't want to lose my entire army, obviously. We don't want a mass rout here. I need to hold at least part of the town. We're starting to see a lot more movement here. Now with Wellington pushing up, Beresford in the center pushing forward here. The French getting ready to engage. Like I said, Graham is pushing up more and more troops. He has a tow rose here, so we are not still... Even though we lost this LOC, we are not giving up the town. We are just falling back a little bit from the town, you know, so that we don't break. This left flank caves, France comes rolling over, and then the rest of this attack looks pretty bad. We do have an engagement of cavalry charging in, hitting some French chasseurs cheval. But here comes Wellington's advance. He's pushing up here. France may have overextended themselves a little bit. They're not in a very good position right now, especially with Beresford attacking here. Now France can't push across the river. Here's Joseph Bonaparte's troops. You can tell by this nice little flag here. I think he wanted to be the king of Spain or whatever. Maybe not the king, but he wanted to be, you know, someone of Spain. Don't quote me on that. Oh, yep, you see a lot of the French now being revealed, and they are falling back. However, this line is holding for now. UK pouring in some nice volleys against the French. This attack kind of stalling out France, not wanting to push past the LOC. They've got the LOC. You know, they don't need to push back. In fact, they're going to ship over more reinforcements now to this side, where obviously a lot of the UK are engaging. This would be a weak point to maybe hit. Joseph Bonaparte's troops are not the greatest quality. So, you know, maybe a viable place to attack. Oh, we do have Portuguese kind of laying down the hurt.
Orders understood.
And yep, here we go. Beresford's pushing, France falling back. This whole fight in the town, just a couple units just trying to stem the tide, stop the French from pushing in, trying to flank, trying to even drive a spear point between us, between our two armies and the 8 and 11 point. We do have a dragoons guards going in. What are they going for? They're going for the French lines. Here we go. The first of many charges. Oh, beautifully done. Another charge going in against another French line. They do form square. However, this is going to help a lot, breaking one of the French lines. They're starting to push forward along the entire side here. Looks like some French cav got broken. Maybe it broke they broke some of the light infantry. Still, we have bayonet charges going in and more hussars charging in. They're starting to break a lot of this French line. It is turning into utter chaos. There's more and more cavalry going in. Man, that chunk of cav is just doing God's work here. More French infantry look to have bayonet charged than Portuguese. This flank is looking a little worrisome, but Wellington is pushing up on this right flank. They're going to really starting to put more and more pressure on the French. Oh, the beautiful cav charge. These hussars hitting more and more French who were not able to form a square, and the guards now, it's just cycling in and out on the cav charges, guys. Cycling back and forth. Here we go, though. Looks like some cav charged in. Dragoons forcing the UK into squares. Oh my goodness, look at the mass route or not the mass route, but the wavering. Oh, the French shooting their own troops in the back. Unfortunately, the angle is not there, and we may have a French attack getting thrown back by the UK. Oh, this artillery does not have a good angle. It's hitting their own men. Cavalry still cycling in and out on this French center. On this right side, you have the French getting beaten back as Wellington starting to push forward here. This is looking pretty good for the UK right now. More and more cavalry going to start charging in. They do form a square against these dragoons. Joseph Bonaparte's men have been thrown back. Here we go, a counter-attack now on this flank. Starting to push up, trying to put pressure because France was trying to attack to ride back Beresford. So Graham actually pushing up, putting more pressure. Nothing happening really in the town, just a little skirmish. Nothing really to pay attention to. The UK we are like constantly pressing for the attack. French have plenty, though, in reserve. They still have plenty of troops. They're just kind of shuffling, looks to be reforming their lines. Yeah, they're putting some distance between themselves and the UK, maybe letting the guns maybe do some work here. They got a nice angle on Beresford's lines. And look at this, there's a lot of shuffling around of troops here. Wellington still has tons of troops in the back. We also have that artillery pushing forward here. We have a small, I'd say, probing attack here by the French in the town. Still just being held. Like I said, the tow rows in the front lines. I even have a troop over here. We have some troops. Yeah, I mean, they're pushing skirmishers, but nothing really super serious. However, with that artillery position, Graham's going to pull back some of his troops. You can see the artillery position from the French perspective. It's going to start chewing up this 5-pointer. We do have another French attack, though. So France is pushing into the tree line. France looks to be maybe trying to reform still. They do have a nice flank here. UK are going to have to be a little cautious. This flank could start really chewing them up if they extend too far in the center. Well, you can see the general advance, and man, look at how the forces have kind of shifted over. I love battles like this. Oh, we have more cav charging forward. Oh, there's a general. And they charge this French line, who forms squares. So yeah, that's not gonna really help anything. Get that cav out of there. We gotta save it. It looks like France is falling back. They started to press forward and they stopped. So, you know, got a lot of skirmishers here. These guys are gonna start doing God's work. Start chewing up this French line. Infantry on the other side. This artillery has another beautiful angle on Beresford's attack. And you can see the French are falling back. France is so close with the slashers. Slashers, the Cumberland gentlemen, so close to this French line. It is so danger close. I'm talking, you have cavalry, chambermaids once again going in. Maybe they can force some of these French into square. Yep, here we go. They force them into square, but now they go for another unit right here. Oh, they do form square. But now it's time for the slashers to do some slashing. Charge in, send in the cold steel. France, however, going to try to get themselves out of there. Maybe even get a nice volley on the side. Yep, they're going to try to shoot on this flank here. Oh man, France has formed a defensive line against the river. Oh, we have some French cavalry going against the skirmishers. They may actually get one of them. They do fall back. Ooh, we have some hussars that are going to charge in here. Oh no. Ooh, they just friendly charge. This poor skirm unit. Oh well, it's okay. Nothing happening in the town, just in case you're wondering. Oh wow. The French getting real close here. Look at this attack column. This attack column could slam directly in here. Ooh, oh my gosh. The guards charging in once again against this French line. It's looking brutal, but look at this. They can attack here. Oh, the UK are caught way out of position here. Look at the reserves. This could be the counter-attack that the French need. Look at how exposed their flank is against the French. They got so many troops that can roll into this UK line. This UK doesn't have any reserves, really. And they have a little bit of a line pushed up, but they can charge in. Look how close they are. Here we go. They can send in more and more troops. Let's see it. And they look like they're falling back. They are going to fall back. Maybe reform here. I feel like that was a good opportunity for the French to attack here. Remember the guys playing on the side talked about they thought they were dead. They thought they'd pushed out a little too much. against the French. And honestly, the French are still out shooting the UK here. They just have a nice ring of fire blasting this UK away. This is maybe an overextension on the UK side. And you can see they are retreating here. They are definitely retreating here. France should have attacked. They could have cut out a bunch of UK troops. There was no reserves there for a little while. Now, this stand made by the French, going beautifully. Now, you do have a small push here by 4 units. France has a nice flank, though. Over here, still nothing really happening. We did communicate, me and Graham. I told us, like, you know what? They're not attacking the town anymore. I can hold this. You can send over any troops that are needed to help defend this side, because I think this is obviously where the fight's really heating up. The French are not doing very much by Fuentes. They have the LOC, and they're feeling pretty good. I'm biding my time. I want to send in troops to attack this house. I am waiting. I'm going to wait. I have grenadiers and such, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to attack until the time is ripe. And the time is not ripe yet. France is still kind of pushing on this flank. However, they're falling back. However, the UK, you can see, totally calling a total recall, reforming the lines. We're kind of really caught out of position here. There's a bunch of French infantry sitting over here, poised and ready to push across. And looking at this, guys, obviously they can't see these troops moving. Imagine if they had rolled all of this right through here. Now, obviously, not just yet, but in a little bit. Like, rolling through here, they would have crushed. Pushing through the town and pushing through here, they would have crushed this opposition. We have nothing here. I think he left the foot guards, the tow rows. Just in case. Maybe we would have held them. Maybe. With the skirmishers and all. But we were very outnumbered here. This was a very, very weak point right now. In fact, the whole of Fuentes is pretty weak. If they exert a lot of forces, they can start flanking and then have a nice, nasty flank. Oh my goodness, I lost. I didn't pay attention. There's a cav engagement. Cav engagement here, breaking some dragoons. UK cav just really, really good. But here we have a lot of French shuttling along this flank here. They're going to garrison this LOC and start pushing on this flank. You see a lot of reinforcements shifting over to this side. The center is also pushing, so France is counterattacking. After retreating, losing a couple units. They didn't lose a ton. They lost a couple. Still very potent, very strong, very nasty force to be reckoned with. They definitely can still do something. Oh man, this poor French lines get just slammed by the artillery here. Look at all this artillery too. The French have so many guns trained on this UK line. Ooh, we have a cav engagement. And artillery up on the flank. This is a nice position. It's covering this whole flank. Oh, the artillery really hitting this King's German Legion. But yeah, you can see the UK definitely reforming their lines, trying to reconsolidate here. Maybe trying to go for the flank. Maybe they're going to try to push this LOC. I mean, this center is looking a little nasty. France has a lot in the center still. Yeah. I'll just let you know now, guys, that I don't think I contributed a ton to the battle. I was kind of a distraction here. I was just enjoying watching. I'm just kind of sitting in the town. I'm doing a little bit here and there, but I'm a 5-pointer, a guerrilla 5-pointer. I'm definitely not going to carry a whole lot of weight, in the battle. I'm just happy to go and play, So we do have the UK now attacking here. France ready to defend. Ooh, they have, this is some Polish here. You see, oh man, look at all the French shifting over to this side. This is not being an easy attack either. You see there's a bunch of also distance here. Both sides haven't really, both sides kind of have, what's the word I'm looking for? They have a distance. They aren't engaged anymore. They both are, ooh, you have some cavalry, maybe trying to go for the guns. That's not going to work. They're going to break. It's going to take one shot or one artillery shot. They're dead. They're dead. But yeah, we have a very serious attack going for the town. The UK could be make or break it. They're shifting over a lot of reserves. And the UK don't have a ton yet, but they are obviously going to push up what they do have. And I'm still just kind of biding my time. I can't do anything. Just got to wait for Wellington and Beresford to make their move. You can see that, man, the French lines, look how far they now extend. They extend all the way over here. A nice little shift, though, even with the horse guards. Or the dragoon guards, I should say. Oh, this artillery piece may be finally on its last leg. Ooh! Oh man, they killed, how many is that? 7? 7 models, however, they're going to get shot up here and the artillery's going to have to retire. And now the UK can start pushing that advance. Look at this, we have plenty of reserves now behind the lines. We're going to have to take this LOC if we want to win. France, however, seems pretty ready to receive any fight. But the Dragoon Guards are here to help support this fight. They have cavalry of their own. And oh my goodness, look at this center. It's getting chopped up by the French. And the French have tons in reserves here. However, yeah, you can see the UK definitely have a lot. Make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Yeah, but look at this red lining. Oh man, that's looking nasty. Oh my goodness, though, we have the cavalry charging in with line infantry. France needs to countercharge this. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. Huge mass routing in the center. The UK just breaking against this French regular volleys. Not very good. This is not good. Our center just mass routed. Look at this. What is that? 3 units, almost 4? Here we go. Oh, the French are falling back. They should be counterattacking here. I feel like just send in the bayonets. They have a flank here. Send in these troops on the flank and just go for the enemy. France still holding this side here. France also pushing, winning on this flank here. Winning here. I do also go for a counterattack at the same time and start pushing up here, going for the LOC. I feel like now is the time. And quite honestly, guys, I didn't even know what they were doing over here. I didn't know what was happening. You see the French actually are taking this house quite well. Oh, volleying. Oh, they got the officer. No. More troops, though, going in to try to stave off this counterattack the French are making. A nice reinforce in the center. It's going to help set the momentum here. They can start pushing on the French. France actually looking a little bit weaker now with the constant bayonet charges by the UK. And I do go for a counterattack here. We do start trying to take that LOC. And we watched from the French perspective, actually. They shifted over. There is like 7 units of infantry shifting over back to defend Fuentes. So, you know, I'm doing a little bit here. You know, I'm doing something. I'm distracting some French troops. Oh, the LOC may actually be being attacked now. As line of infantry going in. Got some Polish infantry trying to hold. Portuguese even going in melee. UK still charging in. The thing now is, where do you find that mass route? You know, find the mass route and get it. So I've taken the LSC, or almost taken the LSC, so now we're going to start pushing out, going for the attack here, starting to counterattack. Still holding the center. I do take Fuentes back, my one mission. The line here looking a little ragged. This right flank, though, going quite well with the cavalry support. I'm surprised this cavalry isn't going to try to charge it against the... Oh, they are. Oh, no, they're not. I mean, what if they went in against that UK unit and then these two charged in against the horse guards? You know, do something to try to break them up. The problem is, our cav, it's very less, but it's very good. And now France is falling back. They have been driven back from this LOC. The center's still holding. We have some redlining units. France still, I mean, they're holding. They're not breaking. Even in the town, I'm going in for some melee, starting to drive back the French. I think we're actually making some good progress here. With the UK helping, they still hold this side of the river, but things are looking a lot better along the line. If we can take this LSC, it is over. Beautiful charge by the Hussars. Talk about a bloody battle. Now, this army began mass routing, which made it a lot easier for us to now make a push. They have reinforcements shifting over, like I said, all these troops. If anything, we're pulling resources that can be used against this UK fight. To then have to hold back this, even though I wasn't planning on actually marching past this town. But who knows? Maybe I would have if there had been any reinforcements there. So they had to shift them over. This fight, though, guys, this is turning into a bit of a disaster for the French. Once they lost the LOC, you can see troops now starting to just break. They're starting to have to fall back along the line as the UK start making a press, an attack here. The cavalry is just, with Wellington around, guys, that morale is staying super strong. This attack's still holding for the French, but they probably will have to start relocating. I mean, as you can see, the French, they're outflanked. Their center's looking a little weak. So they have to reform. They have to. It's not like it's an ideal for them to fall back, but if they don't, they're going to get totally enveloped and destroyed. Now, we did see a French infantry way back here, so we're like, oh shoot, they're starting to go for the 4-pointer. We only have 20 minutes left, so we still have time before we got to consider LOCs. But obviously, we didn't want to lose LOCs. Oh, look at this. We got even more. Look at this. This is the spearhead drive. You got cavalry infantry trying to drive back the French. So the French are actually going to try to make a stand here. Ooh, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. See, the French can make their stand. Oh, they're starting to drop them. They have reserve. Oh, they have reserves here. Oh man. The mass route, though, guys. The problem right here. The problem is now the French have a debuff called Friends Routing. So enemy troops. See how these French troops are routing? They're running right through these lines. It's gonna debuff these guys just because you know, that's how the game works. You actually can, if you can get troops, like the UK should keep pursuing this, because of the debuff, they can actually break these units even faster. Their morale's not going to be as strong. And that's exactly what they're going to try to do. The French should have probably tried to get away from this whole mass route. But we do have, oh, another engagement. More the Emperor's Chambermaids charging in once again against the French lines. With some cavalry that may try and counter that. And now this cav is going to charge in. Like I said, we have the Horse Guard and the Dragoon Guard still here. The UK are looking a little worse for wear here. Oh my goodness, the 7th Foot King's German Legion charging in once again. Over here, you can see they actually may have a French counterattack to take back Fuentes. Not ideal for me. Me being a tiny little 5-pointer. Over here we have the French. Oh yes, they're going for a bayonet charge here. Oh, nice counter volley. Oh man, the French are just losing. The cav charging and smashing through the center for France. And this is where it's the beginning of the end. The French are just caught every which way. There's just no formation of lines, or at least not a whole lot of formation of lines anymore. I mean, they still have a line back here that's trying to hold the UK back. Well, this is turning into a bit of a rough show. The French are pushing up for a counterattack here. We obviously don't want to lose Fuentes' 2 points. But as you can see,
we have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
The French general does finally die. Oh man, these Horse Guards, they're running down a lot of troops here. There's just cav everywhere in the back lines. And the French have kind of disintegrated on this center. And now the real attack for Fuentes begins again. And I can tell you right now, I was pretty nervous for that engagement. I was pretty nervous for this one. I do have a nice position here. Let's see if they actually get some volleys off. They have a wall. Look at that. It's perfect. Are you guys going to shoot? Or not? And we're at 47 minutes, guys. 16 minutes remaining. I did tell you it was an hour, didn't I? Well, it's not over yet. Just because the French lost on one side doesn't mean it's over. It's not over till it's over. So France has a couple units here, but they're going to fall back. Like I said, France, we're going to start considering LOCs. Obviously, our 4-pointer. We have a troop going to it. The Foot Slasher is going to go to the 4-pointer. You know there's a French unit that is over here that's going to be trying to go to it as well. We have a 2-pointer. Other 2-pointer still held by us, or going to be held by us. Here is the push. Now, thankfully, I had Beresford sending a troop over to this LOC over here. So I conscripted his Celestials to help out on my side because we have a French push here.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna have to try to hold on multiple fronts here. UK trying to sweep over across this flank. We're starting to try to get him behind them at the same time. We are starting to drop them pretty quickly here. Thankfully, some good shooting by these troops. I didn't realize it, but the bullets are hitting this side and also hitting this side. Wow, like they're hitting this unit. So we're gonna try to mass route, basically. We know the morale isn't the greatest in this French army, so we're trying to break this one to cause a morale debuff. You know, maybe cause these guys, yeah, they're gonna start falling back. You immediately see, holy cow, that's a lot of dead. Wow, we were really slicing them up. The artillery for France definitely still a danger, though. Let's see if we can get some volleys off. Oh, man. I will say, for a 5-pointer, this Spanish army had some amazing stats for some of their units. I didn't have a lot of troops. Like I said, I'm at 990 troops. I had almost 1,000 troops. I have the smallest army out of everybody next to Sharpie. But they were some good units. Like, you're talking some really good units. Now, there's still a French army that is pushing over here. They're probably going to go to this LOC way back here, I'm assuming. Maybe not. Obviously, we need to hold this 2-pointer. Now, at this point, it's just a defensive line. My poor guy's getting shot up a little bit. This combat gen is really good, but, you know, I had him for the 1-star. Alright, so we're taking yet another 4-pointer. Oh, guess who's here? The French. That's right, the French. Ooh. Rough day, bro. We're just like, we're going on an adventure. Let's go into the hills. I will see if they can take that against the foot slashers. The slashers probably have some really good stats. The real concern now is making sure we have the other 4-pointer, which is way over here. And we do need both of the 4-pointers, or we need both the 2-pointers plus a 4-pointer if we want to win this. So Fuentes it's mandatory. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit here. It is mandatory to hold Fuentes and hold, what was this one? What was this one? I can't read that. Fellow. Yeah, the other 2-pointer, this one.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And they obviously took the 4-pointer. Wow, they did take it. Alright, so it's even more mandatory to take others' things as well. Now you can see the tow rows are going over there. Yes, the cav support as well. More troops. We still have 10 minutes, guys. We have plenty of time. We are now pursuing the French. Just constantly trying to pursue them. We don't want them to get to their 4-pointer before we get there. We do need to at least hold these two. You know, and I do hold it. I have a unit in here, a guerrilla unit, so you know, that's perfect. But now it's just a kind of pursuit of the French, which was kind of frustrating. The French were kind of fast compared to me. But we do have UK. Look at this, marching along the side of the road. The Celestials, who I conscripted, still helping out here, and we're going to try to catch the French out. I'm trying to see if there's any other fighting happening. We do have French movement here. Yeah, the UK, we're going to have to hold this 2-pointer. And we were kind of panic mode right now because we were trying to get to this 4-pointer. Hopefully the tow rows can do it. It's a guard unit. You know, it's like one of the best units in the game. We may have a push here, though. We may have a... Yep, look at this. Skirmishers pushing across. Infantry pushing across. I'm trying to catch them up. However, I do think, yeah, he does go for a bayonet charge here. Still trying to pursue them. Just gonna fast forward here a little bit because they definitely, I think they broke. Yeah, my grenadiers broke here. We were starting to see a concerning push here. We see some French troops pushing here as well as over here. Yeah, we have a pretty serious attack going for our 2-pointer. I think the 4-pointer is, yeah, we'll take that pretty easily. This is more concerning. Our 2-pointers are both being assaulted by multiple regiments of French troops. And this was so close to the end, guys. We were like, no, we can't lose to LOC. We can't lose it now. We're still pursuing the French. Like I said, I'm going to push up my 2 infantry units. See what I can do for defense. Probably should have shifted these troops back in this direction. That's plenty of troops that are going for this 4-pointer. But at this point, they have a 4-pointer, we have a 4-pointer, we hold both the 2-pointers, but we have to hold both 2-pointers in order to make it. You see the French infantry are pushing up. Honestly, I thought it was over. I thought we had won already, and then the French just all of a sudden attack out of nowhere. We're still pursuing. Nothing really happening there. We just pursue them all the way. Alright, so they got Portuguese units, and they have a couple more infantry over here. I am trying my best to pepper down this French line. Artillery is going to try to help us out here. And then out of nowhere, more and more French troops start making their appearance, and I think that's when I was like, oh shoot, like this is not a good thing. More and more French, they're going for Fuentes. Oh man, they're getting some nice volleys off on the this Portuguese unit. Ooh man, that's gonna hurt. That is going to hurt. Now, I do call a retreat just because it's only 3 units I have versus, you know, I mean, it's 4 at least, plus a general. I don't have my general nearby. And this stinking general started harassing my lines. French are still encircling this. This is not looking too good for holding our 2-pointer, guys. Alright, dude, we haven't taken that 4-pointer yet.
Ordre bien reçu.
Oh man. The French are really pushing here. They're really going. Look at the redlining. This is not good. Now, of course, at least the LOC, you know, is going to provide a lot of nice shooting here. For our troops. He's going to fall back, try to give some fire support. Over on this side, it does look like France is going to get a bayonet charge. I'm going to try to counter charge if I can. Or I guess counter shoot. But this is where I began to go into panic mode. I'm losing my troops really quickly here. So we both are at the same time getting assaulted here. The redlining, guys, the redlining, this Portuguese unit. I think we did take the 4-pointer. Yep, we did. Which, in hindsight, oh man, we did not need to send over that many reinforcements. These Portuguese still trying to pour in the fire. They're fighting for the house. Over on this side, they are now going to go in for this house. I have a unit that's going to try their best to try to drop as many French as possible. This looks bad, like for both of us. I have a nice volleys over there, but over on this side, I mean, look at this. It's one Portuguese unit plus, oh yeah, it's just Portuguese. I mean, they have a nice skirmisher unit that's on the side, shooting them. Hopefully we'll break them over there. Over on this side, France going in for the LOC. He's probably going to go for a bayonet charge. It's all or nothing, guys. This one unit. However, I'm not sure how the general died, but he died. Oh, probably because I was still shooting down the side. Yeah, I was able to kill the general, and I think that's what saved this. Look how close we were. These guys were losing, and I break over here too. It was so close. But with the general routing, the morale debuff was just enough to save me. And now over here, things are starting to stabilize too. Friends are routing. It's just going to come down to us winning by LOC victory. A 4-pointer and 2 2-pointers. And we made it. We won the war, or battle, I should say. But still a very close, hard-fought one, guys. This one was crazy. But let me pull up the results here. You can see from my army here. My grenadiers 182 kills. Those volunteers got 117. Man, I actually didn't get that many kills. But you can see here we have Matt Bob with 2102. Oh no, that's his deployment. 2324 for kills. Sharpie is a 5-pointer, and Matt Bob was 11-pointer. Sharpie was the 5-pointer with me, 826. Heinze has the 8-point. Beresford with 994, and me with 817. On the other side, you have Beauregard with 687, Chain with 851, Data L with 703, and Kylie with 633. So you can see the numbers, the number difference, but we had some good quality, and I think it ended up paying off in the long run. So, anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this awesome battle. Yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. You all stay safe. Have a great rest of your day.